guys, welcome to another episode of the Sustainable Explorer series. It has been a beautiful and a wonderful journey in this place. And what we do here is we try to use this platform to educate, inform, and entertain young people out there. We try to bring young people as we are who have navigated life. We bring them here so that we can learn, they can share their experiences, their story. And today I have a very good friend of mine. I met him in my days in KEBBI where I served in DK. He is one of the reasons why I always want to go back to the north. When you have good people around you, you love the atmosphere, you love the environment. So I will leave Mr. Isaac to introduce himself probably to the audience.
Thank you for having me. My name is Isaac Hantsi Senchi. I'm a bona fide indigenous of KEBBI State, a person who hails from ZURU. I'm a graduate per se, studied in the University of Zimbabwe University in Sokoto, the most peaceful university in South in West Africa per se. And I am delighted and glad to be on this platform as I will be sharing some of my experiences and sharing some life running experiences that will encourage some youths out there so that they will be motivated and they will know that life has a lot to offer, but we just have to put a little more effort so that we will be able to achieve our desired goals and aims in life.
Alright guys, you've heard it from Mr. Isaac Senchi, all the way from Bini KEBBI State, Nigeria. You know why I love this man is because he has this hustling spirit, never giving up spirit. He's one of the few people I've met who are from the north that they are not so relaxed with their environment. Like they try to leave their comfort zone to try out opportunities or seek opportunity in other places, away from the general mindset that the northerners don't leave their place, and which is true actually, because it is hard for you to see a northern youth that will leave the north to the south or the west because they feel what are they coming to do, but he is not like that. So can you tell us why you have this different spirit that is quite different from every other northern youth?
It's all about life and how you are brought up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about training and what our parents taught us. I'm a barrack boy. I spent most of my life in the barracks. I think I was born and brought up in the barracks. While growing up, I have always made up my mind that I cannot be in one place and I don't want to end up in the north. Though I am a northerner, but I believe in the unity of Nigeria. And I believe that wherever you go in Nigeria, you can be able to excel. So even when during my university days, I sampled some of my colleagues from the north, and I realized that all of them, after graduation, instead of them to go and serve in some of the eastern or southern states, because the main purpose of the NYSC is to integrate and interact, so as you can be able to explore other culture, diversity, and what have you. But most of the northerners, they find it very difficult, or you find out that they only go and camp. After the camping, they will relocate and come back to the northern state. That attitude baffles my heart. I was so bitter with it, and right from my university days, I said, I am going to serve in the southern states. Let me know what is there, because most of the times when the southern graduates come over the north, you find them relaxed. The mentality they have concerning the north is that most northerners don't study. Most northerners don't go to school. So I wanted to go and be an ambassador of the north in the south, so as they will know even northerners goes to school. So after graduation, I was posted to Imo State because we graduated in 2019. Immediately after the graduation, we were waiting for our call-up letters. Then COVID-19 now struck the country, and everything was at home, and we were not able to go for NYSC because of the COVID-19 and other suspension within the country. After the COVID-19 has been subdued by the Federal Ministry of Health and the federal government, they now called us back, and I was posted per se to Imo State. And when I saw the call-up letter, a lot of people in the barracks and in my place were asking me, are you going to stay there? The place is this and that, considering the IPO, the Eastern Security Network, and what have you, and the other challenges that lies within the southeastern states, more especially Imo, being the headquarter then of Biafra, all of you. I said, I am going to stay there and I will serve there and I will know what is there. But unfortunately, I had a strange experience which totally changed my mindset, though not deliberately, but let me just say, like destiny has it that I will not be in the southeast. I had an issue upon resumption on the camp. We were sampled out and were tested positive of COVID. Then, but I knew I had no COVID because I was a science student and I did my IT in the hospital, physically in the lab. I know most of those tests, they are antigen antibody reactions. There are some tests that even if, more especially the antigen antibody reactions that are underlying factors or illness can also be seen as COVID.
Yeah.
So because of the stress of the journey from Sokoto down to Anambra, Onitsha, from Onitsha down to Imo, so we were tested immediately at arrival, and because of the stress, I believe, and I showed, and we were tested positive and isolated. Not that that baffles me. We were isolated for 2 weeks. After then, we were brought out from the isolation center to the camp. I don't know, as the saying might be, that whether if my village people are following me. So upon arrival to the ICT for capturing my fingerprint could not be captured. That I had an issue during my registration in the cafe. So I vividly remember that during the registration in the cafe boy was on the registration and he said my passport is not fit for the registration, that I should stand up so that they will use their phone and snap me another passport. So when I stood up, a candidate now sat down and they opened another tab, not knowing that while on another tab in the NYSC portal, you cannot open another tab. So we had a mix of information, a mix up of information. Mine and the other person, his fingerprint was captured and was harmonized with my information. So I didn't notice until when I was posted and I got to the camp and at the registration point, my fingerprint, all my document, my details, name, picture, and all of you are mine, but the fingerprint was not mine. So I had to be calm and asked to go back and wait till the next batch. So I now called one of my friends by name Fadilat. She based in Abuja. So I now told her this is what happened, this is what happened, and I cannot go back home. She now said that I should come down to Abuja now. I now left to Abuja and I started working with a company, your daily store in Abuja. And I stayed there with accommodation and what I do until when my issue of fingerprint was resolved. And the reason why I halted at Abuja and didn't go back home again was because I was thinking if I should be recalled back, I will be posted to Imo. So I wanted to be at the middle of the country so that if I am engaging myself in the journey again, it will not be that long. So I stayed in Abuja. So unfortunately, when I was reposted again, I was posted to Taraba State. And I got to Taraba and I spent almost 12 months before I got back home. So that is just about life.
That's quite an interesting journey, because you said something that really struck me is the fact that you didn't want to be idle.
Yes.
You didn't want to be idle like a lot of young persons who would just want to be doing nothing and expecting to get money or live from where they do so. Now that you're in Lagos now, right?
Yeah.
How's the Lagos experience been for you?
What I heard about Lagos is what I've seen. Because over the north, we said Lagos is the only state that doesn't have signboard. That you cannot see welcome to Lagos. That you can only see this is Lagos. Shine your eyes. And I've seen the practical and I've seen practical experience of Lagos. I think I was in Lagos the first time in my life around October 19 last year for a job interview and exams. I thought people were exaggerating Lagos because over the north and all over my life I've been hearing about Lagos, the Agbero, the hold up, the waking up early and sleeping late. The last time I came, I had in tip of the experience
The
because
iceberg.
because I've not engaged myself fully.
Yeah.
Unlike this, my second coming, that I had to go to VI from 8 to 5, and you know how it means when the third mainland bridge is closed, and you have to come back,
You have
and
to come back
tomorrow
to the
morning you have
mainland.
to, unlike in the northern states where
You are so relaxed.
we are so relaxed.
And I remember my days in KEBBI. If I have a meeting, my CDS meeting by 9, I will be so relaxed until it's like 8:50
Yeah,
before I will decide to leave my house.
yes,
And
yes,
when I leave, I'm not bothered because I know I will always get a bike. The
yes.
bike that will take me from gate of the barracks to the stadium. And in no time I'm there already. But I know I can't try that in Lagos. I remember one interview I went to in Lagos where I almost lost the job because I was thinking 1 hour would be enough for me to get there. But
Me,
could you believe that even with the 1 hour difference, I still got there late?
I think if you can remember vividly, the first day I came to Lagos, on my status I wrote something. I said Lagos is not for the weak.
Mm.
So that was the first thing that came to my mind because I saw how busy helter skelter people were. Even as early
So
as
get that.
4 a.m., people are already awake.
Lagosians, please, oh.
So people are already awake. The first day I came, I slept in the park because we arrived late night.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I slept in the park, and the park was busy all throughout. And one of the features of Lagos I've come to realize is you just have to be liquid. You just have to stay liquid because
What do you mean by staying liquid?
staying liquid is you don't have you should not lose guard. You should not
Yeah.
lose guard
I think
because
that's like our mantra in Lagos.
yes,
No lose guard.
you should not
Don't
lose
drop
guard.
your guard.
Yes, you should not lose guard because at any point, at any time, anything can happen to you.
But what I feel is Lagos is a place where you have different cultures. Lagos is like the America of the world. So you have everybody, every race, every tribe here in Lagos.
But
And you know the fact that
do you know,
Lagos is the center of excellence.
do you know, yesterday I was just thinking within my mind while we were coming back, and there was this hold up along the third mainland bridge, and it's already dark. It's getting dark, and I saw lights like the brake lights of all the cars. I was imagining, I said, must all these people be in Lagos? I wonder why are people trooping down to Lagos? The land is so small, and the people in Lagos are even higher than the land in Lagos. I said, why can't Lagos be like the government will just like shift some of the organizations, some of the establishments, like to other neighboring states, so that we will have
Wait,
like
wait, wait,
life
wait,
will be
wait.
easy
Are you
for
saying
people.
Lagos government should shift these companies? I think you should rather say that other state governments to put in infrastructures, businesses that will make people come over to their state and
I
establish.
think we are one Nigeria,
We
and we
are
are
one
practicing
Nigeria.
the federal system of
We,
government.
of course.
Yeah, so I believe the federal government should be in position to a kind of rationalize these agencies,
Okay, what do you think we have? What do you
organizations.
think we have in Lagos that cannot be established in other places? Do you think there's any federal government infrastructure or businesses that the federal government made for Lagosians alone that cannot be replicated in other
I
places?
think most of the headquarters of all these private organizations are based in Lagos, and hence for the upsurge or the number of people that are living in Lagos. I think if most of these headquarters of private organization can be located within some of the states, let's assume like the headquarters of Zenith Bank should be relocated to maybe Ibadan, headquarters of Access Bank maybe to Ogun, headquarters of, at least it will reduce some of the.
Well, there's a lot of factors that comes to play when you are considering all these things. You are looking at the commercial
Aspect.
viability of that state too. Just like your state, KEBBI. Okay, look at the distance. Let's say from KEBBI to the west. That's a challenge on its own.
That is a challenge.
Now, when you now bring a business to KEBBI, how will the people there? How will they take it? Are there people that can really embrace this change? You understand? So you consider all of those things before you say, okay, you make all those businesses to move to other states. You cannot move something to where it will not thrive. How do you want them to make their money in return? So there's a lot of consideration in that area. But that's not to say that things cannot be done or changed in that life, because I feel if we have all these other companies in other places, it will help the economy in that state to also thrive. But then it boils down to the state government themselves. They should try and see how they can improve their economy and build more infrastructures. Now, you've said a lot about Lagos. You know, when people talk about Lagos, we Lagosians, are we truly like this? Is this how we people see us? Because we might not see ourselves like that. But what has been your best experience now, away from the negative? If you go back to the north, to Benin Kebbi, you say, okay, this is what I feel. This that will make you encourage somebody to come to the west.
I think one of my best experience in Lagos is everybody in Lagos is here for something.
Okay.
Even the Agueros you see, they are here for something. Everybody, you cannot have free money in Lagos. Whatever dime you have, you earn it.
And
Whatever dime you have, you earn it. And if you are not up to your feet in Lagos, you cannot survive. And that has been the motivating factor that people have to work in Lagos.
yeah.
And one of the things that impressed me with Lagos is the commitment. The commitment when it comes to doing something, because it's not easy that you wake up as early as 4 and you keep going on a daily basis 24/7. So I have seen excellence in Lagos. I have seen excellence because
This is for
the
you.
Lagosians to be able to manage their life and be able to balance. And you find out that the Lagosians, because somebody was telling me last night after I was complaining, I said I woke up around 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and I went to the Victoria Island and I came back around 8. I just went straight and took my dinner and shower. I came back to the room. I could not even chat. I just slept off. And I had to, the guy was telling me that even after he left, he had dinner, he went for party, birthday party till around 12, and he still came out in the morning. I said, how do you manage to do that? Because me, I cannot. And the night
Well, I
we
feel
close, we get home early, we attend to our families, we play football, we watch football, then we sleep early, we stay late, and we wake up late, and we still make it to work. And I say, how the Lagosians try to manage these zones of life? I
well,
really
you know,
have
one thing with us with legation is that we are able to adapt in the hustling and bustling. Something you do over time. Just like when we came to KEBBI, and at some point it became so boring for us. You know, in Lagos, the excitement is that you are going on the road and somebody shouts, "Hey!" You run.
yeah.
Or somebody say, that loud noise, we are already accustomed to it. So the moment we go together, everywhere is so quiet. What is happening? You wake up in the morning, there's nobody hitting each other. For us that grew in the hood, oh, not people in the Victoria Island. So I think we've just been able to adapt so well and manage our activities. That's not to say we don't exercise. That's not to say we don't go for parties. We do that. I know you will still come back to
Hopefully,
Lagos.
hopefully.
You will see the other side of Lagos, not just the island, especially the mainland. We have beautiful places for you to explore. Okay, so do you have any message for the young people out there with all your sojourn, your educational background, your never giving up spirit? What is
Uh,
this that you have learned that you love to also share with other young people to invite?
my message to the young people, the youth, and every other responsible Nigerian is always try to get your own. Back then in the barracks, most of our colleagues were not serious because they feel their parents are working, their parents can do this for them, though, so they need not to work.
Oh,
Their parents had money, their parents had car, their parents had shops, their parents had business, their parents had this and that and that and that and that. So they were leveraging on their parents' wealth. I grew up, my father has a car. I knew my father to have a car for the past 10 years, but I've never stepped on the car that I want to ride the car because I believe the car is not my own. The car is my father's car. And I don't want to even be that people should see me in the car riding the car. Because my mentality is that people will be saying I'm bragging with my father's wealth. So I want if people should see me in a car, should see me in a car that belongs to me. So that's my mentality. I grew up with that. So I want every youth out there, please learn to be on your feet. Because I always put myself in the shoe of others who don't have parents. I said if these people can do this for themselves, then I am of more advantageous because I have my parents. Then if I stand my ground, I will have what I want. If those, because back then in the barracks, our father once told us something. He said, if you grow up in the barracks with your parents and your parents serve actively for 35 years and retires back home, and you were not able to go to school and like attain primary, secondary, and a little bit of tertiary institution as chances may be. He said, woe be unto you. He said, because there are people from villages who have to farm over the holidays just to sponsor themselves and come to school. You that you have the liberty and you are living in an urban area and you cannot go to school. He said, woe unto you that your father or your parents spent 5 years of their active service with you and they are alive and they have the money to take you to school. Just that you did not go to school. And you know, unlike the advantages we have in KEBBI State, that we have free education, the government is paying for the bill from primary to tertiary up to BSc level. I am a living testimony. My primary school, my secondary school, up to my university days, I didn't pay even a dime. Even during my university days, I didn't pay even a dime. The state paid for me, and it's not a state university. It's a federal university because it's Mamaforo University, Sokoto. They usually come on a timely basis to settle our school fees and give us the receipt of payment. So I've never paid a dime. So I took the opportunity that the state government is paying school fees for us, and we stood our ground, we read, and we came out with flying colors, and we are enjoying it today. Unlike others that spend millions and billions in schools, the same money we are earning, the same money they are earning. So we took the advantage of the state government paying the school fees for us, our wife, our NECO and everything. But I find it very difficult. It baffles my heart up till now. You find out that some young people even over there cannot even put effort to even gain, even if it is a diploma. You find the polytechnic there, the admission is very cheap. You get the admission on a platter of gold, and but just to sit down, read and earn this certificate, be knowledgeable, so that you'll be able to help yourself. So the youth, please learn to be independent, because whether you like it or not, your parents, your uncles, your aunties cannot live forever. So if they are out of this world, what will happen to you? Can you be able to stand on your own? Won't you be a liability to the society, to your relatives, and to who? So please stand on yourself, stand on your ground. If it takes you to do menial jobs like go on, because I remember even during my university days, during the holiday, or during strike period, when we come back, we then had a boss who is an engineer, and if he has a site that construction is going on, he usually take us for daily jobs. We go there, we work, we have our 1,005, we come back not to buy food at home, but just to have pocket money, so that we will not see something outside and we will have to steal. We have to go and steal our parents' money. We have to go and ask our parents that we need money for boxers. We need money. I think the last time my father bought clothes for me was around when I finished my secondary school. Even when I was in SST, he stopped buying Christmas clothes for me because he believed at that point I should be able to generate income for myself. So those menial jobs, we go out with our boss, we get 1,500, 2,500, 2,000, 3,000, we pile them up. At the end of the holiday, we'll be able to add up to the money that will be given to us from our parents. We'll go back to school with it. And we'll be able to raise shoulders with others in school, because the money your parents will give you will not be enough for you to be able to stand out in the public. So you need to engage yourself. So if you are, so let's assume your parents are not even alive, you have to do that. So please, the youth and young people out there should know that they should stand on themselves, because only God knows tomorrow.
All right, guys, you've all heard it from our friend from the north, Bini Kebbi State precisely. It is good to be independent. It is good to go out there and make something for yourself. You don't have to depend on your parents' fortune. What if they don't leave anything for you? You need to survive? And what if they did and you're not able to manage it? Trust me, it is when you improve yourself. It is when you go out there to learn that even if something is committed to your hand, you'll be able to manage it well and put it in the right way. So it's never late. There is still time. If you are in school, please make sure you give your best to learn. If you are not yet in school and you have the opportunity and you have parents that are willing to support you, please embrace the opportunity. This age we are in now as young persons is an age where it is what you know that will put food on your table. It's no longer your certificates. Your certificate can only give you an edge, can give you a leverage, can give you an open door.
Like, what can you offer?
What can you offer? Because when it opens the door for you now, the question will now be, what can you offer? It is what you can offer that will now differentiate you from all others. So let's go out there and make something for ourselves, for our family, and our generation. Thank you for joining us today. Until we come your way next time, stay productive. Thank you guys. Bye.